Hey everyone, welcome to MC Direct. My name is Zach, and this is the second episode, which means it's a series now. I didn't just drop it after one episode. This is good news, guys. This is a show where I talk to you about the things that we've done over the past week on our personal channels and MediaCast, and then what our plans are for the coming week. You know, what games we're going to be playing, that kind of thing. So the art that opened the show was some art that a fan made that we really liked, so we decided to put it at the beginning of the show. And if you are a fan and you want to make some really cool drawings of us, maybe I'd really like if you don't make me a stick figure that has no clothes on, but I do love Velociraptors, so if you're going to draw me riding on a Velociraptor, that's great. We could feature it on the beginning of the show. But let's get into what the personal channels have been doing and a personal problem of mine, which is the Steam Summer Sale. I've bought like $600 worth of games so far. I'm up to $340 on Steam, so you might see some of that stuff on my personal channel. But what's been going on for the personal channels is I created mine, which is basically an Assassin's Creed channel now. I talked about in the last one, I created a video talking about two loves, Michael Fassbender and Assassin's Creed 3. So if you like Assassin's Creed 3 a lot, that might be a channel that you want to check out. That's my primary focus right now. Raymond has continued his Amazing Spider-Man walkthrough, and the name of the game is Amazing Spider-Man. His walkthrough might be considered amazing, but I'm not just saying it's an amazing walkthrough. He's continuing that, he'll be finishing that, and of course he has Ray Plays Minecraft, which I think he told me he is trying to get a new episode up every day. I think that was his goal. But he's doing it for you guys, so show him some love on his channel, Fallen Seagull. My channel, by the way, is Zach Kojo, Zach C-O-J-O, if you didn't know. Tom is continuing Zelda Skyward Sword, which is maybe I'll call it a cult favorite, but he's done now. He had some unfortunate business with his computer, so the series is now over. If you want to see the end of it, check out Tom Walks Through, and you can see the ending, the most unfortunate ending of his Zelda Skyward Sword, and you can see how his computer got screwed up thanks to Shoot Mania. Blake, who was my cousin that I talked about last week, has continued his channel, and he's trying some weird Skittles that I've never heard of before, I think. They're like mystery Skittles. And Dewey has done nothing on his channel since the last time I talked to you guys. So, but his channel is Dawn of the Dewey. So Zach Kojo, Fallen Seagull, Tom Walks Through, Blake Tries It, Dawn of the Dewey. Those are the channels. What has MediaCow's been doing, though? We kind of relaunched, right, Forecast, and we did a Left 4 Dead walkthrough, which is great. You guys should really go check it out. A lot of people like to say that we suck at the game. I take that as a personal insult. I'm not that bad. I beat some of the levels on Expert, and I know that, like in Left 4 Dead, you can just beat constantly, and there's no consequence, so you can just get into a corner, so that's usually my strategy, but I'm at least decent. Dewey's a troll, and he found out quickly that trolling in Left 4 Dead doesn't work out that well because it ends in your whole team dying. So that whole playthrough of the No Mercy level on Left 4 Dead is now up on MediaCow's, as well as a video or two of Quantum Conundrum went up, where Raymond loses it and is insulting Kim Swift and other YouTubers because he's just an insane psycho and broke down to insanity at the end of it. So that's pretty much what has been going on the last week of MediaCow's. And our personal channels. What are we doing for the coming week? Well, I have to get this video up because I have to go to bed. We are going to see The Dark Knight Rises tomorrow, which is, what, 2 days early? 3 days early? It's Tuesday when we're going to see it. We got special access. Thank you, Warner Bros. Honestly, if we could, I would love to record, not the movie because that's copyright, but Raymond and our reaction during the movie, just because I'm pretty sure we're going to be like gyrating in our seats and squealing through the whole thing, since there's probably not a movie that we have ever looked forward to, maybe since The Dark Knight, than Dark Knight Rises. So we get to go see that tomorrow. We will be putting up a review of it, a 3-person review. Dewey, Raymond, and I are going to go see it at the IMAX theater. So thanks again to Warner Bros. For that. We might vlog like before the movie and after the movie. It is embargoed, the review's embargoed until the movie comes out, so it won't be posted until after that. But so that's really exciting news. Sorry, Tom, but you live in Maryland, and there's not much we can do about that since, well, you could have flown in. Dark Knight Rises is worth it. But so that's going to be really exciting, and something I know that you guys are interested in, because it's The Dark Knight Rises. What else are we doing, though, as far as games are concerned? Well, there's some new DLC coming out for Max Payne 3 and Mass Effect 3, so what we're probably going to do is we're going to do like a playthrough, not really a playthrough, just some death matches that we do. Basically forecast style, the four of us playing through the new maps that are coming out for Max Payne 3 and the new Mass Effect 3 DLC, and so you can see our insane shenanigans with that new DLC. Another game that's coming out this week is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater HD on Xbox Live Arcade. So Raymond and I are going to be doing a first take of it, and if you want to see more than like the first 15 minutes of it, let us know on the first video that we put up for that. But it's a game that, I mean, there hasn't been a true Tony Hawk game for a while. It's always been that like stupid peripheral ride on a fake skateboard garbage, and so we're kind of looking forward to that. There's also some Resident Evil games coming out on the PlayStation 3 for the PlayStation Move, and maybe if we get those games, we might do a first take of that too with like a face cam on it. And then also Dyad, which is this indie game that I got a chance to play at like, it feels like honestly 2 PAXs ago, which you rode in this giant machine that like just encased you, and it was almost like if you go to Universal Studios or one of those things where the chair moves and makes you feel like you're in it. That's what it was. Unfortunately, we do not get the machine with it because it costs thousands of dollars, but the game does come out, so we will be doing a first take of that. The last 2 things are Drunk Gaming, which we're set to do tomorrow because tomorrow's Raymond's birthday, so we're going to celebrate that, and we'll probably, actually I don't even know what we're going to play at this point, but it's going to be something. And Dewey goes to Germany, so we'll probably film a couple episodes in advance for that, so look forward to that Friday. And then the very last thing is Podcow, which I'm not quite sure if we're going to be doing it this weekend. If we do, it'll be Saturday. But there's this thing called Guild Wars 2, which is having a beta weekend where we get to play as the Sylvari, which I'm incredibly looking forward to. And so we might be playing that all weekend instead of doing Podcow. I'm not quite sure at this point. I'll let you know if you follow us on Twitter. You'll find out the news about Podcow. So the big question, the thing that I get asked all the time that I'm going to answer, tons of you ask this in the comment, is how to create a big channel. Well, let me tell you. It's actually pretty simple. You do what you love, and this is going to sound really cliche because if you've asked people before or watched videos, it's do what you love, do it consistently, and be original. And I talk with Dewey and Raymond about this all the time because we're creating our own personal channels, right? We're trying to get an audience on those channels. And lots of you guys ask it, and I visit your channels, and what I see is a lot of Minecraft, Call of Duty, what there's already a ton of people doing. And honestly, there's a ton of guys like Ant Venom and Captain Sparkles and Yogscast, they all do Minecraft. So it's really hard for anyone to say, and this is what people do when they're watching YouTube. I am a fan of Nova, a fan of SSOHPKC, I'm a fan of Rad Brad. You know, these guys that do Let's Plays, so I'm not just someone who creates videos, but I'm also a fan on YouTube. And what fans ask, what viewers ask themselves, is if I'm going to watch Minecraft, I'm already watching Yogscast, I'm watching Ant Venom, I'm watching Chimney Swift, I'm watching Captain Sparkles. So I have all these guys in my sub box. Why would I subscribe to another Minecraft channel if you're just doing Minecraft? Are you doing something differently? Then great. Have at it, do Minecraft if you're going to come at it from a different angle. Maybe you're a massive group who likes to build things. That would be amazing. There's so many cool videos out there building things in Minecraft. I'm picking on Minecraft a bit, but... And then there's also a lot of Let's Players, too. So there's a lot of new people that try to get into Let's Playing, and there's already a ton of us. Like, look at all the creatures. Look at Yogscast, right? Look at Jesse Cox. Look at... There's so many. And it's really hard to make any noise, to establish yourself if you're just doing... I'm not saying you're copying, but if you're just doing what everyone else is doing. So what you need to do is you need to be original, but you also need to do what you love, because I get a lot of messages from people saying, I need more subscribers, and I look, and you have one video up, or you have no videos up. And if you're getting into YouTube, let me be very clear, because there's money to be made on YouTube. If you're getting into YouTube to make money, you're going to be disappointed. It's not that we don't make money, like we're poor, starving artists, but what happens is every channel goes through a building phase. Every single one, where you get your first 1,000 subscribers or first 10,000 subscribers. And that's tough. It's tough to build an audience when you don't have an audience, like getting people in. And if you're just in it for the money, you're going to be disappointed and you're going to quit. So you need to do what you love. Maybe it's not Let's Plays. Maybe it's not video games. That's what I'm doing with my personal channel, right? I'm not doing Let's Plays. I'm going to be talking about politics, but primarily it's Assassin's Creed 3 right now. So if you do things that are original and things that you love, and you're consistent about it, you'll be a successful channel. I guess if you love like just staring at a wall, or if you like staring at the floor, you might not be successful. But if you do those three things, and I know a lot of people like think there's some secret or something like that. Just do what you love, be consistent about it, and be original. Don't just copy, or copying is a bad word because it sounds so negative, but don't like watch Nova and be like, I want to be like Nova. Don't watch Cast and be like, I have a friend, I want to be just like them. We're going to play Minecraft and we're going to play Torchlight. That's not necessarily the path to success. You might love freaking special effects videos like Freddy W, only you're going to come at it from a different angle, and you might be the next star. You know, be yourself, and viewers will come, but you gotta just do it, because you're gonna start out and not many people are gonna watch your stuff, and the videos might not be the best, but you learn as you go, and so as you don't let also the lack of technology, like, I don't know, can we get this in here? This is my mic that I use with Astro headsets. Like, friggin', you could get a $20 Logitech USB mic, like desk mic, and like earbuds, $5 earbuds, and you have the basic equipment. So a lot of people like to say that, well, once I get the right equipment, once I get a new computer, once I get Sony Vegas, no, just use Movie Maker and just do it. So just do it, be consistent, be original, and do what you love, and that'll be successful for you. I mean, those are really the only tips that you need. If you do that, I mean, there's some luck involved, but network. But if you do those things, those are the best bets to being successful. Trust me, I know that when you start out, it's tough because no one's watching your stuff. But you just keep going because you like doing what you're doing. And that's pretty much it. So that's it for episode 2. If you enjoyed it, it'd help me out if you leave a like. But I'm going to keep doing these every week. Remember, if you have a question and you want it answered from me, just matter-of-factly like this, let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think about the plan for the week. And I will see you guys next week.